Hi everyone and welcome to Super Lolosaurus's nail tutorials. Today we're going to be doing some musical notes. First of all, you need to put on a base coat. This one's mine. I use Boots Essentials. I've already put that on my test subject. So now we're just going to pop on a nice black colour. You want to try and get it as black as you can because you're then going to be putting some white or silver notes on it. So you want to try and get a really good contrast from those. At this stage it doesn't really matter whether you get nail polish onto your skin because you can just get a cotton bud and dip it in some nail varnish remover and then run it round and sort of clear it up that way. Okay, so now you need to kind of wait for that to dry a little bit, and while it's doing that you can get ready your next colours. For that black I used a Miss Sporty 7 days lasting kind of colour. It's quite nice and it's quite dark to put on first time. The white that I'm going to put on with the notes is a freebie I got actually. I won it at a party, but it's a French manicure thing, so if you've got a French manicure pen or French manicure stuff, it does exactly the same thing, so it doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be specifically white nail polish. My silver is Andrea Fullerton Nail Boutique. It's kind of a special one with a little brush thin enough specifically for designing, striping and decorating nails. You also need a dotting tool, and if you don't have a thin brush like that, I suggest that you use some kind of paintbrush that you have around the house. I use this one. It's an old lipstick brush which I kind of can mould to the shape that I want. For the dotting tool, you don't actually need a dotting tool. I just use the other end of this. Other ways to do it is you can always get a toothpick and keep dabbing that into some nail varnish until it goes hard, to get a kind of rounded shape that you want. Or there's plenty of things you can get around the house that's really easy to use. Okay, so to check the nail varnish is dry, all you do is you just get your finger and dab your hand over it. You can then see on my finger no black has come off. You also feel it kind of wet underneath your finger if it's not dry enough. Okay, so they're all nice and dry. So now what you want to do is just get your white. You can get it onto the brush like this, and then you just get the dotting tool, like so, and you just put the dotting tool onto it to collect the brush, because you can do it with a dabbing paper, but I prefer to do it just like that. Okay, now you've got some paint on the end of your brush or dotting tool or whatever, you now just go onto the fingernail and you do 2 small dots. Okay, do that for each fingernail. According to the size of the fingernail is sort of how big you want your dots to be. Okay. Now, I recommend that you don't use nail varnish that's more than a year old, because this one is about a year and a half old, and as you can see it's kind of going a bit stringy and it's not great to use. It's a lot easier to use a newer one that hasn't gone so thick. Okay, so once you've done that, if you just get the whole of the nail varnish bottle and get the other end, the lipstick brush or Dita, and just dip it in so that you've got, when I can actually do it, you've got a little bit on the end of your brush. Okay, that'll do. Then you just want to get the dots and you want to join them up. You want to be as careful as you can, because depending on how careful is how good this looks with most things. Okay, that one hasn't worked out very well because it is a very small nail. Okay, it doesn't matter how many times you need to put the paintbrush back in, as just take your time with it and make it look as good as possible. Okay. Okay, so I've done all of the nails with a white, but you can do them with a silver. But I did show you the silver, so I'm just going to touch it up because they're looking a little bit scruffy and a little bit boring. So all I'm going to do is get the silver and just go on the inside of the white lines, just to give it a bit of sparkle. You can also go around inside the white lines once they're dry to kind of give it a bit of sparkle as well. Okay. Okay, and there you have it. Some beautiful musical nails. Hopefully yours will look a little bit better than mine, because mine are a little bit ropey because my lip brush isn't that great. So I wouldn't recommend using a lip brush. If you do have, you can get special like art ones that are quite pointy on the end, so I'd recommend doing that. Okay, so once they're sort of dry, you need to get a top coat. I again use Boots Essential top coat because it comes with the base coat and that's nice and handy. So you just pop that over the top like so, and it's really useful. It's really cute, and the top coat will just give it a little bit more shine and it will stop it from chipping away, so that you can still be as active as usual and it won't be bad. So thanks again, and keep watching. Please subscribe to our channel and you can see all of our nail studies. Thank you.